Free speech on college campuses coming under threat once again. Watch this.
You won't let me answer her questions. Would you like me to answer the question? Would you like to Google the word fascist? Here they come. Isabel.
That scene playing out at Virginia Commonwealth University during an anti-abortion event that was organized by the school's Students for Life organization. The chapter president says she got hurt when the instigator started throwing punches. Police shut down the event, and the pro-life students say they are the ones who got kicked out. 2 people have since been arrested, both of them outsiders, that is, not students, one of them 30 years old. This comes amid an ongoing fight at Virginia's George Mason University. Some students there protesting the university's decision to select Governor Glenn Youngkin as this year's commencement speaker, saying his policies are dangerous for transgender students. Let's bring in Virginia's Lieutenant Governor, Winsome Sears. Lieutenant Governor, thanks for being with us this afternoon. Let's start with the situation at VCU, because it seems that these days on college campuses, conservative students can't even hold a forum without the left igniting some sort of confrontation.
Yes, and that's the travesty because, we go to college, at least the parents pay for their children to go to college to get a good education, to hear a wealth of ideas, to make decisions on their own, not for indoctrination. Unfortunately, some voices are more important than others, and that's not what we send them to school for. And in fact, some of these voices, they turn our children against us, and the child you sent to college just 6 months ago, you don't recognize because they were taught that you, parent, you're part of the problem.
So George Mason University, another state college, invited Governor Glenn Youngkin, Republican, to be the commencement speaker coming up on May the 18th. A lot of students freaked out about that, saying that his moves to do everything from prohibit transgender students from using the bathroom that doesn't conform to their biological sex to preventing biological males from competing in women's sports was anathema to them. A woman named Elena Ruffin wrote in the petition to have him disinvited, quote, "I and my peers do not want the memories of our graduation day to be tainted by an individual who has harmed and continues to harm the people he serves." He's the duly elected governor of the Commonwealth. He received 1.6 million votes.
Yes, imagine that you can have the tyranny of a small group of people who will make a decision for everyone. I mean, who is I? I and my peers, who are you? When you look at the people who are saying that they don't want the governor, it is exactly a small minority, and half of them don't even live in Virginia. They don't even go to the university. So we have to understand, who are these voices that want to speak for us? They don't speak for us. We here in Virginia will make these decisions, and this is about life. You're going to find yourself in situations, soon to be college graduate, that you don't like. And you know what we have to do? We tolerate everyone. This is America. We tolerate those views we don't like. You live your life and you let everybody else live theirs.
So the worth of college seems to be called into question more and more. The Wall Street Journal did a poll where it asked, is a 4-year degree program worth the cost? 42% of people said yes. 56% said no, it's not worth the cost. Compare that to 2017 when the plurality of people said yes, it was worth the cost, and the majority of people back in 2013 said it was worth the cost. What has changed in those 10 years to make people look at college now and saying, it's probably just not worth it for me?
Well, here's the thing. Life was not always about going to college. Some people don't want to go to college. In fact, you can get on-the-job training and you can make a good salary. You can be a welder or a carpenter. You can do all these things. You can get a certificate in cybersecurity. You don't need a 4-year college degree for that. You can get programming and get a good salary. And, I think what parents have to do is to remember that you're the ones paying the bill. Are you getting ultimately what you pay for? You are sending your child to go get a good education so that they can get a good launch on life and be successful. If that's not what you're getting, then you've got to do something differently. And for those of us like me who were returning students to college, we were non-traditional students, we also have to investigate, are we getting what we're paying for? And if not, we've got to up and out and find somewhere else.
You know, just to close this off, I wanted to ask you about that because you're a unique individual in that you went to a community college and you went to a university. I assume community college is where you studied to be an electrician when you went into the Marine Corps, and then you went into college after. Which was more valuable to you?
Well, they were equally valuable. I became an electrician in the Marine Corps because my grandfather said, get a trade. And then, of course, later on, I wanted to be a lawyer, and that's where I was headed, law school. So, you know, you've got to go the college route. But then I started at the community college level because it was cheaper, and I realized that the same professors who taught at the four-year university were also teaching at the two-year. So why should I pay more for the same education? And that's what I did. We've got so many opportunities available to us. We don't have to pigeonhole our children, and we don't want our children turned against us. That's not what we pay for. We want them to get a good education no matter where they go.
Every time we have you on, we learn more about your amazing story. Lieutenant Governor Winsome Sears, thanks for being with us. Appreciate it.
Thank you.